It's the only fan-owned franchise here in the NFL. And tens of thousands of those fans have their cheese heads on and have filled the stands of historic Lambeau Field here in Green Bay, Wisconsin. It's one of the happiest moments for any football fan. A new season is officially underway. On return, here comes Davis. Big lick from the coverage team there. That's going to stop the return before it can get to the 30. So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10. McCarthy starting off with a throw. Going deep right away. Big gain downfield. And they get there to take him down right around the 41. That one goes for 31 yards and a 1st down when all is said and done. So the big play gets him inside the opposing 45, Brock, with a new set of downs to boot. Here's McCarthy, 1st and 10. He's got time here. Throw came out right as the defense got to him. That's an incomplete pass.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Falls to the ground out left, incomplete.
That is normally a gimme for this offense, these short throws. But the defense, well, they had just enough influence on that play to force the incompletion.
McCarthy throwing on 3rd down. He's on the move. Decent gain here, but short of the 1st.
You know, Kate, they always say that QB clock. You know what it's more like? It's more like an alarm, especially in a situation like that. And it's a good thing he woke up to it, able to make something out of nothing and at least keep him moving forward.
Fourth and 3, drive on the line. McCarthy to throw for it. He finds him beyond the marker. That'll be the 1st and more. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. What a time to rip off that type of gain, huh? And gets him the 1st on 4th down. Working inside the red zone. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the pressure drives them backwards.
All right, 1st sack on the board, and the 1st drive as a defense. And now we let the chess match begin. The adjustments begin because we know pressure leads to sacks, and sacks in this league often leads to wins.
From the shotgun, McCarthy. And he takes it in for the Minnesota touchdown. The Vikings finish up an excellent opening series. A.J. Brown, the touchdown. And the kick is good. And we're going to have some extra yardage added to the kickoff on the roughing call. So they tag him for roughing the kicker. And now this kickoff is going to come from the 50. Let's see if they loft in and try to stick him deep. Bates has it all set up. Here comes the kickoff. Power squib kick is taken in. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. They're out and set. 1st and 10. Opening carry for Devon Achane. And he'll take it up to the 30 before being brought down. 2 on the pickup there, and it's going to be 2nd and 8. Here's a throw. You know, it's great flying through the air, Brock, but problems on the business end as it falls to the ground. 3rd down coming up. Pass play now. He throws a bullet to the center of the field. Brought in inside the 20. It's a huge pickup on the play. And that will give them some serious momentum along with a first down. From the red zone now. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
Yeah, that's one that's going to haunt him. There's just no question about it. A drop touchdown in the end zone. Now comes the mental toughness part of it. You got to flush that play quickly so you can make an impact later.
And he's tackled after gaining a handful. 6 yards the pickup there. That's going to bring up 3rd and 4.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to, because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of the defense.
Chased out to his right. He has the catch, but no, he can't get down in bounds. Oh, Brock, it was nearly a touchdown, but they're going to say it's incomplete.
Hey, I understand why this crowd and these fans were celebrating a touchdown, but not so fast. Catch, that looked good, but you got to get both feet down, too.
Throwing for it on 4th. And it falls incomplete. So the defense rises to the challenge and gives the ball back to their offense. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. From the shotgun, McCarthy. Couldn't connect across the middle. It's an incomplete pass.
You know, in the NFL, offensive-minded teams will call it a perfect Friday. They don't want the ball to hit the ground once. And especially on these short to intermediate throws, you've got to count on those being efficient and effective.
Grabbed by Jordan Addison. And it's a nice game, but still not enough for the first. 1 yard, all that's needed. This is 3rd and inches. Mitchell gets it from the gun. And they take him down at the 24-yard line. It's a meager 2-yard gain, but that's enough to award them the first down.
That is your old school meat and potatoes call right there. Don't even think about throwing it. Just rush it ahead and get what you need.
They'll come up 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, it's McCarthy. That's complete. Here's Brown. What a hit. He gets flattened to the ground.
That's a pretty similar result to a first down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes 2nd and 3rd down a whole lot easier to manage.
Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5. From the 29. Into the hands of Elijah Moore. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. We're through 1 quarter of this opening weekend of football. Neither side separating much so far. We'll return to historic Lambeau Field after this. We're ready now for the 2nd quarter to begin. Vikings in control of it. They're looking at yet another 1st and 10 on this drive. Pass is caught by Addison. And he'll have a small 4-yard chunk there. Entering Cooper there to make the stop.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
Hutchinson reels it in. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. That chunk worth a nice 21 yards. And it'll bring up a Minnesota first down. Running out of the gun with Mitchell. Space to the left. And he's going to have this all the way down to the 4. They get 19, and now they're going to have first and goal.
You know, the elite running backs in this league, they don't just see what's right in front of them. You set up big runs like this because they see what's behind them. That's called extraordinary vision and extra yards.
Mitchell. And he'll scurry forward for a pickup of 3.
Hey, I get it on first and goal, right? A lot of teams like to be conservative and limit risk. Even if a run is stopped short, you still got 2, sometimes 3 downs to play with.
Now it's second and goal from the 1. Here's Mitchell again. And he's brought down for a loss.
Kate, it's amazing how fast these guys are on the field and how fast your fortunes can turn. Second and short run, you're feeling good about yourself. With a negative play, well, now it becomes a critical third down.
Buckle up. It's third and goal. Now McCarthy. And they score. It's a Minnesota touchdown. The Vikings get another 6 to make this a 13-0 game. A.J. Brown, the touchdown. His second scoring catch of the game. And he shanked that one to the right. It is no good. Now, probably still mentally kicking himself after that missed point after. He can take a little frustration out here as he kicks this away. Starting from the 5. And this return gets to the 30 before he stopped. Offense ready to begin this drive. First and 10. They'll start the drive with Achane. And he takes this across. Nope, beg your pardon. They're going to spot him right at the 35-yard line. Halfway there on first down. That brings up second and 5. They'll throw it. Made the throw as he was getting hit, Brock, and it's incomplete. Well, no look on his first look of the game. And it'll be 3rd and 5 coming up. Now looking to throw. Tight end reels in the shallow throw. And he's out of bounds just past, looks like, the 40-yard line. They get 6 and a first down as well.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of third downs just like that. Got to him right as he threw it, and it falls to the ground. You know, that was a play, Kate, right there, where you need to buy your receivers just enough time to get open along their routes, and your quarterback enough time to find and hit him with the throw. Time? Well, that's not what he had. O-line couldn't hold up, and it forces the incompletion.
Motioning him from the slot right. Second and 10 now. He lets one fly deep downfield. That's grabbed inside the 30. So the big play has him well into enemy territory and field goal range. They're inside the 30. Throwing now from the gun. Hauled in left side. And he's going to be taken down near the 8-yard line. They'll have first and goal to go now after they gained 18 on the previous play. They send a receiver in motion right. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Well, you call that play to surprise the defense, try to get to the goal line. But a quick adjustment by the defense, well, it kept him in position to make the stop and ruin that play.
Law sets him up at the 9-yard line. It's 2nd and goal. Looking for a throw here. And he's not quite that fast. Let him just a bit too much. That's incomplete. Trying to find his tight end. And that brings up 3rd and goal. Setting up a throw. He's got it. It's a Green Bay touchdown. Looking to tack on the point after. Right down the middle. It's good. And the Packers get it back to within 6. So here's the kickoff, Brock. Just 6 points now separating our teams. Evans now to return. He stopped on the return at the 27. Just over 30 seconds left in the half as they come to the line. Throwing on first, it's McCarthy. He's trying to push the field. He's got it deep downfield. And he does quite a bit of damage before they finally take him down.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
They'll break the huddle and come up on 1st and goal. Mitchell up the middle. And he gets absolutely popped to end that one. Minnesota spends its 2nd time out here. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half.
Okay, all right. There's a little progress on 1st and goal. You keep it safe, you push a little closer, and now you're set up for what you want to do on 2nd down.
Looking to throw, McCarthy. And that's a Minnesota touchdown. 3 drives, 3 touchdowns. It has been wash, rinse, repeat for them offensively, Brock, as, well, we all wait for this defense to find a little backbone before this becomes a runaway.
Yeah, I'm a little torn up here in this booth because you're exactly right. Offensively, this is just machine, surgical. Defensively, you're running the risk of being embarrassed here pretty quickly.
Vikings electing not to kick it. The offense staying out there. They're going for 2. Tight end in motion left. Nothing doing on that 2-point opportunity. A fail on the conversion. Bates has it all set up. Here comes the kickoff. Returning it from the 4. Finds some space. He's past the 30. His return reaches that 34-yard line before he stopped. Only 10 seconds remaining here, so 1st and 10 may be our last snap of the half. Looking to throw. For big yards on the right side. And they're going to bring him down just on the other side of midfield. Here comes the final play of our first half. Throwing it just before halftime. Throwing for the end zone. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. So we're through 2 quarters now. Still a half of football to be played. We'll be back with more of the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back, everybody. Kate Scott, Brock Heward with you as we're about set to begin the 3rd quarter. We'll see what the first half adjustments of the season are as they're teed up, and away we go in our second half. Return coming from the 6. He's got a lane up past the 30. And he manages the 35 before they can stop him.
We don't always know what's said there at halftime, Kate, in the locker room. Some of the adjustments offensively and defensively, but I can assure you the special teams coach pulled his kick return team aside and said, listen, we have a chance here down double digits to spark this game. Let's go out and get a great return to set the offense up for success. And that's exactly what they did.
He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Well-timed strike by that defender to knock it free. And now they face second down. Back to throw. That one's incomplete. Had the connection, but some stone hands got in the way there. Not on the same page with his tight end. And things look tougher now with 3rd and long.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
He's going to push one deep down the right. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
You know, that was almost a nice chunk play before he was able to recover and provide the hit that dislodges the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays deep.
They're going for this. That's incomplete on 4th down, and they'll turn over possession.
Hey, I am all for aggression. You get 4 downs, go for it. But I do have to wonder here, Kate, after being denied once again, is there going to be a trust level on that sidelines to go for it the next time they get this shot?
First and 10, here's McCarthy. Caught him deep behind the line. Oh, the ball is out! Packers pick it up into the red zone. And Green Bay takes this one back for the touchdown. The Packers start the second half with some needed points. That was awesome. The return became a question of, does he have enough steam to make it back before someone runs him down?
That is the most sprinting we're going to see him do on a football field. Maybe his whole life. That distance, whole lot more than the few yards he's usually running towards quarterback in the pocket. But he had enough to reach that goal line. You're darn right he did. He could sense it, and he wanted it.
Still reeling a little after fumbling that away, but they're going to get it right back with this kickoff. Here's Carter on the return. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. They'll get this drive started. First and 10. Running right with Mitchell. What a hit! He gets flattened to the ground. A nice 6-yard pickup. They're going to have 2nd and 4.
I'm not kidding you, Kate. A run of that length at the NFL level, honestly, is the equivalent of a run of 15-plus at the high school level. It's hard in the run game to make yards, and they just got a very successful one.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Man in motion, out of the slot. From the 34. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. Give him 32 on the play. And that's going to give the Vikings the 1st down. So the complexion of this drive has changed dramatically now. New set of downs inside the 35. Here's McCarthy, 1st and 10. He'll get this one to Brown. And he gets down to the 24 before he stopped.
Okay, when Bill Walsh was implementing the drag route with the 49ers in the 80s, it sounded the same way as it did with Mike Holmgren and me with the Seahawks in the 2000s versus man on a drag route, run away. You see zone coverage, settle down, give the quarterback his numbers, and you can find a completion just like that. There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
Mitchell takes it straight ahead. And he's tackled with a 1st down yardage.
I don't know what it is, Kate, but I love 3rd down runs. I really do. I know the receivers don't always like it because it's money down and they want the ball, but a 3rd down run for a 1st down could be so demoralizing to that defense.
Working inside the red zone. That's incomplete, trying to set up the screen there. This one intended for the running back. And we'll see what they do here on 2nd down. The give now to Mitchell. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
Ooh, I like that. I really like that execution to move the chains. Now that 3rd down call that they had ready, well, they could stick it right back in the pocket for a later occasion.
This offense in position now. It's 1st and goal. Mitchell. Will take it in. Touchdown, Minnesota. The Vikings hold an 11-point advantage. Well, in a close game, they needed somebody to make that type of play. Now it pushes their lead to a couple of scores and makes a comeback that much more difficult.
You know, Kate, their offense did its part and padded the lead. Now it's up to this defense to make this 2-score lead hold up and carry it across the finish line.
That one splits the uprights. And the Vikings push the lead up to 12. Bates has it all set up. Here comes the kickoff. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. And he's walloped just as he gets across the 25. What a hit. He's down shy of the 30. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. A-Chain running to the right. And he maneuvers through the middle for a gain of 4. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. 2nd and 6 now. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. And forget the interception. He makes this a pick-6 touchdown. Thrown at the depth where linebackers come into play in coverage, partner, and sure enough, one of them jumps it and takes it to the house.
You say that. You know what I think about? I think about the depth finder on my fishing boat. You're absolutely right.
Pressure off left, and it's blocked!
I can feel the anger all the way up here, Kate. They did not like giving up the big play, the lengthy touchdown, and they decided to release a little bit of that frustration via the special teams. That juice, that energy, you could feel it overwhelmed there and led to the block.
Has this at the 6. They'll bottle him up as he gets the return to the 30. They're out and set, 1st and 10. They motion the tight end over. Getting right back to it after that interception. That's caught, Devon Achane. And they'll make the stop up at the 46-yard line. That's 16 on the pickup. And it'll be 1st down, Packers. Great start to the drive. They're up in the neighborhood of midfield after just one play. Throwing now on 1st down. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
That sure ended up being a worst-case scenario. Pass rush just kept coming and bearing down. And he was looking for an escape that wasn't there. It's just one of those plays in hindsight, Kate, where you really got to understand, I got to cut bait, cut my losses, and avoid such a negative play.
Catch is made down the right sideline. It's a full 40 yards on the play, Brock, and a new set of downs.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
Back now, pressure on its way. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Just couldn't hang on through the contact. So it's 2nd down coming up. Pass play coming here. And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. And the Vikings will take over as he records his 1st interception of our season.
Oh, coaches just love that effort right there. Instantly, as he made the pick, everybody was looking for a block and doing their part to set up the return. And I know it pales in comparison to giving up the turnover, but how about the effort on the other side to track him down and stop a potential pick 6? I think everybody deserves a little credit on the field for that effort.
We've reached the end of 3 in our Week 1 opener. It's not quite over yet, but it'd take a pretty miraculous comeback. We've got a 3-score game as we get set to start the 4th quarter. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Again, this is Mitchell. And he works this to the 38 before going down. It's a gain of 6, and they only need half of that now on 3rd and 3. Here's McCarthy to throw. That's caught for the 1st. And he gets down to the 24 before he stopped. Give him 15 yards on the pickup there. And it'll bring up a Minnesota 1st down.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
This is Mitchell. And he may have just reached the edge of the red zone before going down. Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7. From the shotgun, McCarthy. Hutchinson reels it in. And they get this down to the 7-yard line. 14 yards on a nice play there, and it gives them 1st and goal. From the shotgun, McCarthy. Nothing there left side as it ends up incomplete.
Yeah, I know nobody's perfect, and all you have to do is listen to me and how many words I screw up. But you certainly expect those throws of that length to be 100%. They've got to be borderline automatic in this offense.
Catch made by Keaton Mitchell. And that play is brought to a halt, they're going to say, at the 5-yard line.
As an offense, you don't call a screen, Kate, expecting to gain just a few yards. You call it expecting to break off something big and substantial. But it's up to that defense to stay ahead of it, to keep it contained to something much smaller. Case in point right there.
And he pushes them a little closer to the 3. Give him a couple yards on that run, and this sets up 4th and goal.
This front, well, they've done a good job bending and not breaking. First down, didn't score. Second down, didn't score. And now 3rd and goal, can't find the end zone either.
And on 4th down, that one won't work. It's incomplete. So the defense rises to the challenge and gives the ball back to their offense.
You know, Kate, I don't think I've ever met a defender that cares. All they want to do is get off the field. Doesn't matter if it's a drop pass, deflection, breakup, even an interception. Challenged by the offense to get one more stop to get off the field, and it's exactly what they did.
He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete.
Defender's not going to be thrilled the catch was almost made on his watch, but more importantly, he breaks it up. Gives him a chance to do a little jawing after the play. Lets the other guy know he roughed him up and cost him that catch.
Throwing from near his own goal line. Finds a man right side. He'll move the sticks after ripping off a gain of 28.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend, do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
To the air now on 1st and 10. Finds him over the middle. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. Ball on the 45, 1st and 10. Throwing it again here. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Ball and defender arrived at the exact same time there. So 2nd down coming up. Went way outside there trying to work that sideline, Brock. But by the time the ball had arrived, well, the defender had to knock that ball out.
I think you see my reaction in the booth every time
I do.
We see that throw, because I can close my eyes and remember the terror that I felt as a quarterback when you let that ball go and you're throwing it all the way to the boundary. There's some risk reward, and that time, well, there was no reward.
A good defensive play breaks that one up. So they're left facing 3rd and long. Back to throw now. He puts some power on a deep one left. So we're down to the 2-minute warning here from Green Bay. Packers trying to make it look a little nicer on that scoreboard. Offense still staying out after the incompletion. They're going to try on 4th. Need a conversion. They're throwing for it. Tight end reels in the shallow throw. And he gets leveled just before he reaches the marker, and that hit prevents a 1st down.
Hey, I get it, it's already over, but go down swinging. Unfortunately, that play, like so many of them today, Kate, has been pretty indicative of how this contest has gone.
On the handoff, here's Mitchell. In the middle holds, they don't get anything on the run. No progress on 1st down, and that'll bring up 2nd and 10. Handoff here to Mitchell. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down. Just a couple on the pickup there, so back-to-back runs leave him with a 3rd and 8. Operating from the gun, it's McCarthy. Just got it away before the hit, but it doesn't matter. It's incomplete. 4th down coming up.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
Breaks the tackle, still going. And a big hit on the return to stop him cold. Call that punt a 52-yard effort. And the Packers will take over possession. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete. So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. He's going to throw this one. A bit of desperation on this deep shot. Wide open, downfield, got it! And he breaks into enemy territory before being stopped on a huge gain. So a massive gain, and all of a sudden we've got 1st and 10 inside the red zone. From the red zone now. And that one's incomplete, but boy, are they lucky it wasn't intercepted. That was a risky shot, but fortunately, they still have 2nd down coming up. They are throwing it again. And it's caught for the touchdown. No time left, so a positive note at the very end in this loss. The Packers get it back to within 2 possessions. So 6 points at the buzzer, Brock, but 0 effect on our final outcome.
Yeah, I get that, but I'll tell you what, that'll be one of the first plays they watch in the film room this coming week. Like you said, they lose whether that's scored or not, but Coach will always, always emphasize effort on the field. And reaching that end zone to end an already decided game, that is effort with a capital E.
So the Vikings pick up the win on the road. And this isn't just any 1-0 start for them. They pick up what could end up being a key division victory to have later in this season. This has been another edition of the NFL on EA Sports. With all our crew here and my broadcast partner, Brock Heward, I'm Kate Scott. The Vikings emerge as winners as we say so long from Green Bay.